Hey folks, welcome back to the channel. Working on another one of my 100 NASCAR 124 scale cars that I have here. This one being the number 57 2000 Excedrin Monte Carlo, that of Jason Keller. This is made by Team Caliper. Comes in this absolutely huge and gorgeous box that you see there. I also have a signed uh, card by Jason Keller in what they call the Press Pass series back in the day. Thought that was kind of cool. Never knew I had it. I've had it stored under the car for 20 years in a display case. But anyhow, this is a very, very interesting car. We'll set this down and take a look at it. As I mentioned, this is a 2000 Excedrin Monte Carlo. Jason Keller was a mainstay in NASCAR Busch Series. This is a Busch Series car, not a Winston Series car. With 519 starts between 1991 and 2010. He was the first driver ever to make 500 starts in May of 2010. That's a long career, even in the second tier, NASCAR Series. In fact, he has set a record for the most earnings in the Busch Series of 11 million US dollars at that time. He had 10 wins, 175 top 10s, 11 poles, with the best finish of second in the series in 2000-2002. He was never a winner of the Busch Series in his career. Early in his career in 1997-98, he had sponsor issues with his family-owned car and run with no decals. Can you imagine what this car would look like with no decals on it? I mean, this is a boring Monte Carlo. Imagine if it has no decals on it. It'd be an exceptionally boring Monte Carlo. But anyhow, his relationship with PPC Racing sponsorship with Excedrin, as you see here, started to advance his career with a more competitive car. In fact, he even subbed for Jerry Nadeau in 2003 in the Winston Cup Series here at Richmond. I remember that because Jerry Nadeau was seriously injured in a crash that he had. In fact, I believe it almost ended his career. He ran into the wall before they had safer barriers back in that time. But anyhow, this is another beautifully done car by Team Caliper. You know, you've seen the box. In fact, I pulled the window out so you can take a look at the interior. The interior and the exterior of these cars are just absolutely freaking exceptional. This one being no exception. You take a look at it. I mean, again, phenomenal, detail work. These cars, they're all painted with Tampo graphics on it. There's no decals like we have on the 143 scale cars, but that does not mean that the workmanship is not excellent. These cars are beautifully done. They are really, and anybody who knows me and watched any of my videos knows I'm a detail kind of guy, and the details on these cars are phenomenal. They're just absolutely gorgeous. There's a cool look at the front of the car. Nothing exceptional to report. Very, very nice. Got aspirin on there. If you're into drugs, I guess this is a cool car. And there's a look at the interior. Now, one of the cool things about Team Caliper cars is you can remove the passenger side window you see right there. It's got a tab that you stick it into, and then there's a little clamp there you put in there. Anyhow, so you can look at the interior without having to take the car apart, which is easily done. It just has 4 screws. I have done it before. I've got a whole video on taking the cars apart, but the detail of these things is just freaking amazing. This is not unlike the 143 scale cars that we have today, and of course this is 124 scale, so everything's a little bit bigger, a little bit more visible, but still very, very nice. God knows, I loved racing back in the day when these cars were competing. Granted, I got to admit, I hate NASCAR today. I think it's a crap series, nothing like it used to be. And I've never been a driver's kind of guy. If you're a driver's kind of person, NASCAR is perfect for you. I've been more about the cars, and quite frankly, nothing about a Monte Carlo or a Mustang or a Camaro that aren't even real cars, and particularly a Toyota Camry, excite me in the least. You can keep it. And there's a look at the engine detail, which is exceptional. I mean, guys, you've got belts in there, you've got lines, you've got tether cords, you've got framework, you've got headers, you've got the radiator, you have the air filter. Just amazing work, and it's even more beautiful under the car. And here's a look at the underbody. Now, this is what separates the cars of 2000 through like 2006, 2007 from the cars that you have today. Just the detail work with these cars was exceptional. That's all gone today because it's profit in margins, and they just can't do that today and sell at price points that you guys will buy like they did, back in the day. So unfortunately, if you're buying any of the cars you got today, they're never going to look anything like this. And once you've had this, it's disappointing. In fact, I don't own a single car that I've bought over the last 10 years in NASCAR just because they're just crappy. But anyhow, it is what it is. This was an owner's series. This was number 1,729. I think they made about 2,317 of these, something like that. One thing I forgot to mention, on the bottom of this box, you'll see Dunlop Golf, the Jason Keller Cystic Fibrosis Celebrity Golf Tournament, and you'll see this on the back of the car. Apparently, he had a tournament to gather money for Cystic Fibrosis Foundation. Very, very cool. Another part of this car that I almost forgot about before wrapping up this video. But anyhow, guys, this is it. Hope you've enjoyed it. See you next time.